Hello and welcome to Live Vedanta. This is a podcast where we're amidst our season on essential love. In other words, the 70 essential verses of the Srimad Bhagavad Gita that capture its essence. In chapter 7, Shri Krishna inspires us to be optimistic and align our vision with divinity, the source and goal of all existence. Just as pearls are strung together, all creation is held by the Creator and seen only when our outer sight is transformed into inner insight through disciplined discipleship. Let's tune in to unlock more behind this essential verse.
After verse 3, Shri Krishna shares some insights into how he is the beginning of all that is micro. He is the end of all that is macro. He is the creator that is in creation. And then he goes on to share, he is the creator in creation and beyond this. Past the creation and creator is consciousness. That is focused on in verse 7. Chapter 7, verse 7. Mattah parataram nanyat kinchidasti dhananjaya mai sarvamidam protam sutre manigana iva. Joy. Mattaha, mat means Shri Krishna or divinity. Mattaha means in reference to me, compared to me. Parataram is higher. Na anyat, there is not. There is nothing that is higher than Shri Krishna, nothing that is higher than divinity. You all know this, maybe intellectually, but practically, if there's nothing higher than divinity, there is no higher purpose than to live for this. That's where the distortion kicks in. Intellectually, we know that there's nothing higher than divinity, but in terms of this translating into our vision and lifestyle, we're to question ourselves. Do we give our effort, time, resources to divinity like this? There is no higher purpose. Kinchid asti at all. And he describes Prince Arjuna as Dhananjaya, aka Dan. These words are so choice. Dhananjaya means the one who is victorious over valuables. Shri Krishna is trying to point out to Prince Arjuna, you give value to so many valuables, but you're not giving value to that which makes valuables valuable, which means existence, awareness. If there was no existence, there would be no valuables, correct? If there was no awareness, suppose, in this extreme example, you were in a coma. The model of your car, the seat on a plane, does any of that have any value? It is awareness that makes your car and plane seat valuable. So he's challenging Prince Arjuna. You claim to be Dhananjaya, but are you? Similar to us, we're trying to develop security, but we keep on holding on to externalities. How can you develop inner security if you still depend on outer security? A distortion. Third quarter, Mai, on me, in me, sarva midam. All of this is on me. is in me. Multiple times today I've shared creation is in the Creator. The other night, Vyasa had shouted, and I went into his room, and he had his eyes tightly closed, so I knew that he was having or had a nightmare. And I tried to logically, with his eyes still closed, I was close to his face, I tried to logically share with him that you are imagining whatever is making you scared. But now you're not imagining. I'm beside you. This is your room. You are safe. Us feeling we're an individual is not reality. In highly philosophical teachings, talks, etc., they describe Sat or existence as reality. Now, for those who are not sensitive, what do you mean there's a different reality? But here Shri Krishna is sharing creation is in the Creator. That means there's only the Creator. Creation is not reality. The Creator is reality. Do you feel this? And so Shri Krishna ends this verse, this last quarter, with a visualization because he knows that we are results oriented. He knows we are valuables oriented. Creation is in the Creator, like pearls are connected by a string. Like pearls are connected by a cord. Sutre means the string. Money means jewels, but teachers have shared a pearl. Why a pearl? Because you can't see what's inside of a pearl. If this is an emerald, a ruby, a diamond, you could see what's inside. We are like pearls. We don't see what's inside of us. We don't feel this cord that is reality, that is existence. And that's why we need a rishi. A rishi means a seer. It is someone who doesn't live by sight, but in sight. They can feel this presence amongst all beings. How does the seeker who's 1 in 1,000 become the savior who's 1 in 1,000,000? By becoming a student. To have that relationship with the rishi, so he can transform you from sight to insight. The most delightful verb is contemplating. For the one who follows through with this, they go from delight to light. They are no longer an individual. They are awareness. Now, I know that's complete for all 100 of us that are joining right now. But should this not be your experience? ... In chapter 7, Shri Krishna offers more guidance on internalization. The reason why you can't contemplate, the reason why you're not content, is the vasana, or habit to deflect, is too strong. One has to reflect. That is the emphasis of chapter 7. In verse 3, we studied 1 in 1,000 is a seeker, 1 in 1,000,000 is a savior. How one evolves from being a seeker to a student to a savior is a guide. Pujaswami Tejomayananda has shared a framework for one to gauge what kind of seeker student they are. The best is called Uttama. They relate to their guide to guidance in a mental way. They don't need to be told what to do. They mentally are tuned into their guide and they act accordingly. Lower than that, madhyama. This is the average seeker student. Their relationship with their guide and guidance is verbal. They have to be told what not to do, what to do, and then they follow. The best is mental, the average is verbal. Then manda. Manda means a slow seeker, a slow student. Their relationship with guide and guidance is based on repetition. It is verbal, and that verbal guidance has to be repeated again and again and again. Hence the slowness. And ending this framework is adhama, the worst seeker student. Their relationship with guidance is not based on repetition, it's based on revolt. Whatever they're guided in, they do the opposite. They're the anti-trust triangle. There's an upward triangle, they're the downward triangle. These frameworks are for us to point ourselves on this axis. When you find yourself, then let go of it. Quite often we play into the label of, I'm like this, I'm like that, which inhibits you from growing. Note it and move. In verse 7, Shri Krishna is sharing, it is our opportunity to be a seeker. It is our opportunity to follow our unchanging responsibility, which is to be with the divine, to be divine. Shri Krishna states this as, there's nothing higher than me. The equivalent of this is there's no higher purpose than to be with me, to be me. That's Sanatana Dharma as a verb, our unchanging responsibility to be with the divine, to be the divine. And Shri Krishna tries to make this less emotional and more logical. He says, Sarvam idam protam, all is on me. All is in me. All includes every article, every circumstance, every being, including you. In our Narada Bhakti Sutra class last night, part of the dynamics was the seekers had to come up with a Vedanta test. They had to come up with 10 questions to find out if one is following through with Vedanta. This morning I was reflecting more on this test. A question I would put on this test is, how secure are you? If you are an insecure person, I feel your application of Vedanta is weak. If you're a secure person, it's because you are feeling you are on Shri Krishna, you are in Shri Krishna. Infinity is inclusive. That's you. Are you secure? That would be a test of you following through with Vedanta.
If you've enjoyed this episode, share it with a friend. You can follow us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and of course on the Simplecast browser. This whole season of Essential Love is accompanied by an ebook by the same name. You can check out our show notes about how you can download the Essential Love ebook, which includes tools for deeper reflection on each of the verses. They go hand in hand. You can find all of this and more at chinmayaniagara.com. Until next time, Inspire, love, be.